Here are 5 rules every car guy should follow. But before we start, I have a request I've never asked before. Please watch the full video and let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'd really love to hear what you think. Rule number 1. Speed isn't everything. With the rise of technology, everyone can access the internet. But I don't think everyone should have access to the internet, and here's why. Kids like these believe that the faster a car goes, the better it is, as if speed is the only thing that defines a good car. If you have at least the brain of a fish, you'll agree with me. There's so much more to a car than just how fast it can go. Don't get me wrong, speed is fun. But if speed was the only thing that mattered, we'd all be driving stripped-out drag cars with no personality, no soul, and no character. A good car is one that makes you smile every time you get behind the wheel, whether you're doing 30 miles per hour on a scenic road or 150 miles per hour on a racetrack. Some of the best driving experiences come from cars that aren't necessarily the fastest, but have personality, balance, and a connection to the driver. That's why people love cars like the Miata, the GR86, or classic JDM legends. Not because they're the fastest, but because they feel great to drive. Speed is just one piece of the puzzle, but a great car is about the whole experience. Rule number 2. Compare the right cars. So if you don't know, there are many different types of cars. Yes, they all have an engine for wheels, lights, and more. But not all cars are the same. Comparing random cars that have nothing in common is like comparing a steak to a slice of cake. They might both be food, but they serve completely different purposes. For example, you can't compare a Nissan GTR to a Bugatti Chiron, or you can't compare a 911 GT3 RS to a McLaren 720S. These cars are built for completely different reasons. The GTR is a high-performance sports car with a focus on all-wheel drive grip and tunability, while the Chiron is a multi-million-dollar hypercar built for sheer speed and luxury. The 911 GT3 RS is a track weapon designed for precision, while the 720S is a mid-engine supercar made for both speed and style. They are in 2 completely different categories with 2 completely different goals. If you want to compare cars, do it properly. Compare cars that actually make sense together, like in our 34 GTR and Mark IV Supra, Bugatti Chiron and Koenigsegg Jesko, Ferrari SF90 and Lamborghini Revuelto. These cars compete in the same space, with similar purposes and performance targets. So let's stop forcing pointless comparisons and appreciate cars for what they are, rather than what they aren't. If you are enjoying this video, subscribe and help me to reach 1,000 subscribers. Thank you. Rule number 3. Do not follow the trend. A lot of people struggle with this, not just car guys, but in general. They follow trends instead of forming their own opinions, afraid to stand out or go against what's popular. If a certain car becomes the new hype, they suddenly love it. If the internet decides a car is trash, they start hating it too, even if they've never driven one or know nothing about it. Sure, sometimes your opinion will naturally align with the majority, but I've met so many people who just go with the flow without thinking for themselves. Liking something just because everyone else does, or hating it for the same reason, doesn't make you a real car enthusiast. Stop worrying about fitting in. Have your own opinions, appreciate what you actually like, and don't be afraid to stand by it. That's what being a true car guy is about. Rule number 4. Don't make fun of others' cars, and others can have their opinions. This one is quite the opposite of the 3rd rule. This comes from something I experienced a few days ago. Personally, I've never met anyone who makes fun of other people's cars in real life, but I see it all the time on social media. People trash cars they don't like, and honestly, it's just disrespectful. Everyone has different tastes, and not everyone can afford an expensive car. The other day, I saw this rich guy mocking someone else's car just because they didn't agree that Porsche makes the best cars. He went on, talking crap about the guy, calling him poor, and basically acting like his opinion didn't matter just because he didn't own an expensive car. That kind of attitude is so delusional and disrespectful. And seriously, why does everyone have to agree with you? People are allowed to have their own opinions. Just because you have money and drive an expensive car doesn't mean you're automatically right. At the end of the day, the car you drive doesn't give you the right to look down on others. Respect people's choices. It's really that simple. Rule number 5. It's okay to not know everything. For some reason, a lot of people think admitting they don't know something is embarrassing. But honestly, it's not. This isn't just about car guys, it applies to everyone. No one knows everything, and that's just a fact. There isn't a single person in the world who knows every detail about every car, no matter how much of a car nerd they are. And that's okay. The truth is, it's way better to admit you don't know something and learn from it than to pretend like you know everything. Nobody respects a know-it-all, but people do respect someone who's willing to listen and grow. Think about it. How many times have you met someone who just talks nonsense, acting like they know everything when in reality, they're completely wrong? It's frustrating, right? Nobody is going to judge you for not knowing something, but they will judge you for pretending. So don't be afraid to ask questions, do your research, and actually enjoy the process of learning. That's what makes you better, not just as a car guy, but as a person. And that's it. 5 rules every car guy should follow. Do you agree? Disagree? Let me know in the comments. Also, if you made it this far, I really appreciate you watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.